Welcome, my friends. Tonight I'll be reading from the 365 storybook collection for my ASMR fairy tales, and the two stories I'll be reading are Like Father, Like Son from The Lady and the Tramp, and We're the Vultures from the Jungle Book. So let's get started. Like Father, Like Son. Tramp had a whole new life. He had gone from being a stray to becoming a member of the dear household, and now he and Lady were proud parents. But Tramp was finding it difficult to change some of his old ways. Tramp, Lady said gently, you need to set an example for the puppies, especially Scamp. Scamp had an adventurous side, just like his dad, so it wasn't surprising that father and son often got carried away when they played together. They couldn't resist the urge to roll in a puddle of mud and then chase each other across the clean kitchen floor. Aunt Sarah and her two troublesome cats were going to be visiting soon. Lady was worried about how Tramp and Scamp would behave. Don't worry, I promise to keep Scamp away from those troublemakers, Tramp said. And, replied Lady, and I promise to stay away from them too, Tramp added. When the big day came, Lady and Tramp herded their pups into a bedroom and told them to stay put. But Scamp was curious. He slipped out of the room and hid behind the living room sofa. Then he sneaked up behind the cats, swiped at their tails, and they flicked back and forth. The cats turned and chased Scamp into a cupboard. Seconds later, Scamp emerged when no one was looking, and he and his father shared a victory wink. Father and son were banished to the garden for their antics. When Lady came out that evening, she found that they had dug up the entire garden looking for bones. The two saw the look on Lady's face and knew that they were about to get a lecture. Tramp looked at Lady innocently. You want him to get exercise, don't you? He asked. What am I going to do with you two? Lady said, laughing. Tramp and Scamp dragged a huge bone out from behind the doghouse. Join us for dinner, Tramp replied. Well, all right, Lady said, but as soon as we're done, we're cleaning up this yard. Yes, ma'am, chorused Tramp and Scamp, looking very pleased with themselves. We're the Vultures. Nothing exciting ever happens around here, Buzzy complained to his vulture singing buddies. That's not true, said Flaps. What about that fight we had with Tiger Shere Khan last week? Blimey, you're right, said Ziggy. That was, pretty exciting. But what are we going to do now? Asked Buzzy. Let's sing, suggested Ziggy. Only one problem, said Dizzy. We need a tenor. So what are we gonna do? Asked Buzzy. How about we hold an audition? Suggested Ziggy. Good thinking, said Flaps. So the vultures put the word out in the jungle, and a week later there was a line of animals ready to try out for the group. First up was a monkey. Name? Buzzy asked the first applicant. Coconut, the monkey replied. All right, Coconut, let's hear you sing, said Flaps. Coconut shrieked for a few minutes, and the four vultures huddled together. He's not very good, said Buzzy. And he's a monkey, said Flaps. Next, said Dizzy. The vultures auditioned a lemur, two sloths, a wolf, a hippo, a toad, and an elephant. None seemed like the right fit. Finally, another vulture stepped up. Name's Lucky, said the vulture. Hey, aren't you the four fellows that helped that little man cub scare away that Tiger Shere Khan? Yeah, said Buzzy. We are. Then I guess you four might be called Lucky yourselves, said Lucky. Go ahead and sing, said Ziggy, rolling his eyes. Lucky sang for a few minutes, and then the four vultures huddled together. He's not bad, said Lizzie. Plus he's a vulture, said Ziggy. And he's the last additioner left, pointed out Flaps. That settled it. You're hired, the vulture sang. See, told you I was lucky, cried the vulture. But only with additions, said Lizzie. Yeah, said Buzzy. When we meet Shere Khan again, we'll see how lucky you really are. Thank you so much for listening to tonight's ASMR Fairy Tales, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bisous!